Very interesting. And we're getting ready to start the show here, folks. I'm Sherman Ray, and this is Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the podcast. All right. Hey, and welcome to the show today, folks. It's Sherman Ray, and this is Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the podcast. I want to welcome you to the show today. It is we're almost at Veterans Day, folks. I'm very excited about that. Veterans Day is Thursday, so it's going to be very cool. We're going to have some cool stuff going on this week. I know there's veteran celebrations all over America, but none as special as here in Las Vegas. So we want to welcome you to that. For those of you who might be just joining us for the first time you're visiting the show, we talk about the people, the places, the trends, all that kind of cool stuff that make Las Vegas what it is. It's an incredible place, and I'm going to turn up the light just a little bit here, folks, because it's a little dark here. So I'm the publisher of Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the podcast, or excuse me, magazine, which will actually be out in January. So very cool, very excited about that. If you have never heard of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine, it's brand new. This is something we've been working on for a long time. I got to say, we've been working on a long time, but never launched a magazine on this scale. So I'm very excited about that. We're doing events. We'll be launching a podcast. The TV show right now, we're doing a TV show kind of on YouTube, but we're looking at doing a full-blown TV show that'll probably be on cable also. And so you guys are actually getting to see us kind of as we kind of work out all the kinks to the show. So it's very cool though. If you'd like to go over to our website and check out our website is at loveandlivininvegas.com. We do have a chat feature right now because we're doing this live. We're streaming this on YouTube, so you can get in on the chat if you'd like to. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to, you can actually send me an email at info@loveandlivininvegas.com, and we'd love to get that also. A lot of stuff on our plate today, folks. I mean, a lot of stuff on our plate today, and so we're going to get back to it, and we're going to make it happen today. So we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the things that make Las Vegas what it is, and we've had crazy. Excuse me. I think it's because I wake up early in the morning. I'm just yawning and stuff like that. But Las Vegas is literally the entertainment capital of the world. It is, and we've not only are we the entertainment capital of the world, but we're becoming the sports mecca. We don't say top of the world. We say the sports mecca of the world. Many of you have probably seen the Caesar's Palace Sportsbook commercial already, and we've got Buddy on there, and Buddy is like the funniest guy in the world, and he's like, I am Caesar, and this is my, it's just very cool stuff. But we're fast becoming the sports capital of the world also. We have the Raiders. We've got the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Aces, the VGK. We've got the Aviators, Las Vegas Lights. I mean, we got all kinds of sports people here, and we'll probably be getting a basketball team here pretty soon, a men's basketball team, and we have an ABA team that just launched, and we'll probably have a baseball team here pretty soon. And so it'll be even bigger. And we've got a story coming up later that tells you we're going to become ground zero here for. I won't even tease you on this, folks. I shouldn't tease you because it's just some very cool stuff. Let's do a story here, and we got a lot of stuff going on today. But the RTC is doing some real cool things here for the veterans. And if you're active duty, military, on Veterans Day, they're going to provide a free ride for you. This story comes out of Fox 5. The RTC, or the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada, is continuing a years-long tradition this Veterans Day by offering complimentary transit rides on Thursday, November 11th, to those who present their military or veterans identification cards when boarding. Very cool. RTC said the promotion is good for on all routes, all day long. Despite Veterans Day being a federal holiday, the agency will operate on a regular weekday schedule. Very cool. So, you're going to see some cool things going all the way up to Veterans Day. People giving drinks. They're, having a great time. They're loving people. And, you just can't beat the love and the adoration that people pour out towards our military, because really they deserve it. I mean, they really do. It's not easy, a not easy job. And sometimes you kind of go, well, how come they get all these breaks? Well, excuse me, I've got to stop doing this. If you put your life on the line, then maybe, that would happen. They would start a thing for you too, or because right now, see, my job right now, I own a media company. It's not that I'm putting my life on the line. Probably not. So, you've got to put your life on the line, and when you do, that's what happens. In another kind of another related story, there's a who is this? This is a pretty interesting story. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, or we call them the Las Vegas MPD Metro, they held a gala to honor the best of the badge, which is, I've got to stop this. I'm so sorry, folks. Excuse me, forgive me for yawning so much, but it happens on occasion. From an officer who rescued people from a burning motel, and there was a very cool story on this earlier today, to an officer who stopped an attack of a man as it was happening, to 3 officers who lost their lives to COVID-19. All were honored at the Best of the Badge Gala at the Wynn Hotel on Friday night. And this is pretty cool. We didn't report on this on the weekend. It was just a lot of stuff was going on. Many of you remember Shay Michelonis, who was shot, paralyzed during the protest in the Las Vegas Strip, was given a standing ovation by his law enforcement family. Michelonis was honored with a Purple Heart, Medal of Valor, for his bravery in the line of duty. And so we salute Shay because he's gone through a lot. And we want to make sure that people don't forget that this brother did he laid his life on the line, and now he's paralyzed, and we've been praying for him for a long time, and we're just so glad that he's able to do stuff. Sheriff Joe Lombardo said the 8th annual Best of the Badge Gala, hosted by the Metro Police Department Foundation, is meant to honor courageous officers who have gone above and beyond the service of their community. And 3 officers, and I want to make sure, because one of them is actually the husband of a friend of mine, and his name was Eric Lloyd. He was honored. Jason Swanger and Sergeant Douglas King died after contracting COVID, and they were recognized in memoriam during the gala. Okay, in all, 100 officers, staff, EMT, and everyday citizens who help police in extraordinary circumstances received honors. And once again, we just want to thank all those people who, they put it all on the line. They really did. And when you do things like that, you deserve to be honored. There's nothing we can do to bring back a life of people, but we certainly can say, hey, thank you for what you've done. And Metro has done a great job of just saying some great things about people, and we just want to thank them for this. So those of you, this might be the first time you're checking us out. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine, and we launched this, gosh, I don't know, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago. We launched. I was formerly the founder of the Black Business Chamber of Commerce, and here in Las Vegas. Really felt like I had more to say and wanted to work with a bigger audience, that kind of thing. So we launched a media company. It's called S. Ray Media Group, and we do TVs and we do commercials and websites and all kinds of media stuff like that. And we've got some really big things in the works right now. But we thought our first major project we would start with was Lovin and Livin in Vegas. And it's turning out to be such a fun thing. So we're doing a TV show, we'll do a magazine, we'll do a podcast, we'll do all kinds of things. We'll do events, all circle around Lovin and Livin in Vegas. And very excited about that. That magazine does come out in January. So we're already got articles going, we've got writers, we've got producers, we got everybody's doing all kinds of cool things that are associated with that. If you'd like to check out some of the stuff we're doing, just go to our website, lovinandlivininvegas.com. Or you can go to you can send me an email if you'd like. Let's say you want to become, an advertiser. You want to advertise on Lovin and Livin in Vegas. Send me an email. Say, hey, Sherman, I'd love to become an advertiser in Lovin and Livin in Vegas. And just send it to info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. We'd love to get a hold of you. As a matter of fact, we are doing, so some of you are looking, and you can see my facial hair. I'm going to get a little closer. Yeah. Usually I'm clean shaven, but during the month of November, what we're doing is it's Movember right now. So for those of you who don't know what Movember is, Movember is Men's Health Month, and where we focus a little bit more on men's health, which you should do every year. You should do it all year long, but but specifically in the month of November, we celebrate Men's Health Month by growing facial hair. So we're very excited about that. It sucks because growing facial hair hurts. For you women who don't know, it really hurts to grow hair on your face because it tends to. So we won't go on. But in January, we are going to do a festival. Yes, right. We made the announcement yesterday, and we're going to actually, we're finalizing our venue right now. But we are going to start the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. That's right. The first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival, where we are going to invite out our friends from the distillery industry and all you guys who've been growing your facial hair right now in the month of November. We are going to invite you out for a fantastic time. We're going to have bands, we're going to have vendors, we're going to have a competition. So if you can grow a full-grown beard and stuff like that, and a mustache, and I can grow a pretty significant beard, folks. It'll probably get down about right here, okay? But we're going to have contests for the biggest, the longest, the most, the handlebar mustaches, and we're going to give out prizes. So the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival, January 15th. It will coincide with the launch of Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine. So bring out your friends. We'll put up the flyer and stuff like that pretty quick because we have to finalize the location. We got a couple of places that we're still trying to figure out if that's the place we're at, but it's gonna happen. It'll our first one. It's not that it's gonna be the biggest in the world, but it's gonna get off with a bang. We're very excited about that. So you can check that out. We've got another story that we want to talk to you about, and this story is about Nevada. That Nevada might be at the center of the electric car or electric vehicle revolution. This is cool. And so for those of you who don't know, we are a mining state. That's right. Nevada is a mining state. Yeah, we do a lot of casino stuff, but first and foremost, we are a mining state. We have a lot of minerals here. We have gold, we got silver, and we have lithium. Aha! This is cool. This is probably what's so important about lithium? I'll give you a chance to think about it. What is so important about lithium and car batteries? Okay. Here it is. Nevada is key in the whole industry, says Kristen Slanina, managing director of Charge Across America. Electric vehicles, industry experts predict, is what all of us will be driving decades from now, as municipalities are pledging to go all electric as a way to combat climate change. And we did an article about this earlier in the last week. We talked about Nero, who is an electric car company who's been doing. They've actually been here for quite a few years now. So they brought out a little bit more that you can actually see what they were doing, but they've been here in Vegas since, I know, at least early 2020, if not earlier than that. That they've been kind of driving around the streets of Las Vegas and kind of mapping out stuff like that. So it's very hush hush, but they're coming out a little bit more, and you're finding out a little bit more about them. So Nevada could be key to revving up the industry. And why? Nevada is going to be a hugely prominent state as we witness one of the largest industry revolutions since the last industrial revolution, says Mike Landau, CEO of Park My Fleet. This is interesting. And the minerals hidden deep inside our state lands might fuel a new kind of gold rush, or rather a lithium rush. This is cool. Lithium is the future of Nevada. No doubt, says Landau. Lithium, the main component for electric car batteries, is rich in areas of northern Nevada. Okay? There's no other state. This is cool. There is no other state in the United States that has all of the components that Nevada has. And lithium is one of them. Okay? From lithium to copper to cathode and battery manufacturing, and now even recycling, you have a complete supply chain here in Nevada. Come on, folks. Really? Yes. This, I'll tell you, I don't get excited about a lot of things. I get excited about business because I'm a business guy. And when I hear about Nevada having, especially a new thing, okay, a new technology, something that literally will lead the world into the next generation, I get excited about that. And Nevada has that. Nevada has we'll be talking about this as the weeks go by, but we're gonna be doing doing a segment on, what is your state famous for? Because we are famous for a lot of cool things here in the state of Nevada, other than casinos. But wouldn't that be cool if the thing that we were famous for is that we are the supply chain. We are the supply chain for not just the state of Nevada's car revolution, electric car revolution, but the entire United States. Because right now, one of the biggest, one of the world's leaders in lithium battery production is China. And we've talked about this before. We're not here to bash China. China's doing what is best for China. But we in America, especially here in Las Vegas and Nevada, have to do what's great for us, for the United States. And we live in such a... There's probably a reason why God created this big desert, okay? We have over 300 days of sunshine here. We are the hottest place on the planet, not just in the United States, on the planet. We have, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. And now it looks like our abundance of raw material, which is deep in the heart of Nevada, could hold the key to batteries for cars. Pretty cool, don't you think? Yeah. So, think about it. I'll just this. I mean, this is a great article. We actually will post a link to this. Wow. We've been talking about this, and I'm going to dwell on this for just a couple more seconds. Is in the state of Nevada, because we have so much sunshine, because we have so much of, basically solar type things going on, we should be the leader in the state of Nevada, especially, because there's no other place like us on the planet or in the United States where we have so much infrastructure plus abundant sunlight, all that kind of stuff, that we should be the leader in solar technology. There's no doubt about it. I ran for city council. Oh gosh, I'm going to get political here. Okay, I'm going to do it anyways. Okay, I ran for city council for one reason, is because many years ago I saw this coming. I didn't see the battery. I didn't know anything about the mining aspect. Okay, so I'm not going to say I did, but I did see that because of the amount of sunlight we have here, that we should be the number one place in America for solar technology, for renewables, for green energy, that kind of stuff, because we should be the test baby. And we should have solar panels all over the place because we have such sunlight. But for some reason, we just didn't embrace that. And when I ran for city council here in Las Vegas, that was one of the things that I really believed that we should have really laser focused our attention towards. And so I'm really, I was going to say it. I'm not going to say it now. There is still an option for people to get in on that. Okay, that's as much as I'll say right now. Okay, all right. What else is going on? I know this is cryptic, isn't it? We're a famous place, folks. We are a famous place because we've got some famous people who actually have either were born here or call Las Vegas their home, or the state of Nevada their home. And there's some. I'm going to read a list of some of the people who just think that Vegas is the greatest place in the world. Okay, he has passed away now, but Sheldon Adelson. Sheldon Adelson, who was the Las Vegas Sands owner, just passed away recently. And Andre Agassi, okay, was actually born here. Andre Agassi, tennis pro, he's now a philanthropist. Chris Angel. Many of you know who Chris Angel is. He's a magician. Was not born here, but calls Las Vegas his home, which is very cool. Tony Basil. Many. I don't know if some of you have you ever heard the song "Oh Ricky, you're so fine, you blow my mind." Hey Ricky, hey Rick, or is it Mickey? Yeah, Mickey. I think it is. Who else? Tony Braxton, I know, is on this. Robert Bigelow. So those of you, Robert Bigelow was actually born here in Las Vegas. Okay, he's a businessman. He owns he got all of his money from Budget Suites, and I know our family knows him, and I don't personally know him. My brother-in-law, Chip, who actually knows Robert Bigelow, he used his wealth to provide financial support for the investigation into UFOs, and now what does he do? He owns a space company. It's crazy, right? So he's really big into the whole space thing. So Robert Bigelow. Who else? Joey Bishop used to live here for many, many, many years. We said Tony Braxton. Lance Burton, who's a performer, another magician. The Bush brothers. Kurt and Kyle Busch. They ride. They were actually both born here, and they actually ride or drive for NASCAR. These guys are the bad boys. I mean, they are the bad boys in NASCAR. Are very famous guys. Many of you don't know Dawn Wells. I wish I could have shown a picture of her. Dawn Wells, for those, if you've ever heard of Gilligan's Island, she was Mary Ann. That's right. Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island is from Las Vegas, or from Nevada. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage, this guy's just... Nicolas Cage is a nut. So he lives up in Red Rock Country Club. I think he still lives up there. Very, very charismatic guy. One of my favorite actors of all time. And he does some great stuff. Who else? There's a list. And once again, we will put a link to this in our on our Facebook page. We'll put links to this on our website, and you'll love to see this. Randall Cunningham, And his daughter, her name is Vashti. She was actually born here. He was not. But Randall Cunningham, who's now a pastor now, was lives here in Vegas. His daughter, of course, like we said, was born here. He played for the Philadelphia Eagles. He played for UNLV. You know, the guy's just a great guy. Who else? I'm going to give one more. Okay. Um, Probably one of the most famous ones you'll know, besides Mark Davis, who owns the Raiders, is Snoop. Snoop Dogg Dogg. Snoop Dogg. Snoop. His kids are here. You know, his kids played football here and stuff like that, and he loves Las Vegas, along with Celine Dion. You know, people like that. Just a treasure trove of people who call Las Vegas their home. Um, so, um, once again, we've got some cool things that are going on here in Nevada. We're going to start a segment on our website, which is at www.lovinandlivininvegas.com. We're going to start a segment on our website that is going to be called Urban Legends. Okay, because we want you to understand the urban legends that make up Las Vegas and Nevada, not Nevada. You know, it's funny. We have some people who are from the East Coast, and they call Nevada, and but when they say, hey, the Bronx, their voice gets kind of weirded out. Just kind of a weird thing. But we were going to put that on our website, and you're going to love it. But we're going to talk about urban legends, urban myths. Like one is that that there's the only thing that's to do in Las Vegas or Nevada is that to go to the casinos. It's not true. It's just not true. So you can check that out on our website, and you will love it. So once again, let's do one more story. I'm going to do one more story because I think this is actually pretty cool. So many of you probably go out to Red Rock Canyon. Hopefully, you go out to Red Rock Canyon and you check it out. And you go out rock climbing. And you go out cycling like I do. I go out to Red Rock Canyon a lot to go cycling. And Red Rock Canyon, we have done everything we can, and we probably should do even more to preserve it because it is a natural, beautiful place. As I drive out in the mornings, I always look at Red Rock Canyon because it is a beautiful. I mean, I could see it from my house. It's just beautiful. Just the strips, the bands of color, the red, the greens, all the colors that you could imagine. So we have to preserve that. So one of the things that is happening, though, over at Calico Basin, which is basically the first turnoff, as you're going up Charleston, you kind of leave the city, your first major turnoff is Calico Basin. And what's so special about Calico Basin? Well, there's rock climbing there. And I'll post some pictures of us out at Calico Basin. It's a rock climbing, just a great place, especially free climbers. They go out there and you'll see these guys with these big bags on their backs. It looks like a big mattress, but they're huge. And what they're fall pads. So when the guys climb these rocks and they will fall, that they don't crack their heads. So these kids go out there and they're going out there definitely on the weekends, sometimes throughout the week. Well, the amount of people who know about that area now, because it's not a big place. I mean, it's not big at all. It's it's not even as big as a high school. The amount of people who go out there are starting to cause some problems out there. And what do we mean by that? Well, folks are not cleaning up after themselves. They're just not doing the things that you want to do to preserve just a pristine area. I've taken so many pictures out there. So, the BLM is looking at plans to control hiking out at Calico Basin. I know. It just every time you have something good, the federal government's got to come out and just do something to it. But in this case, you need it. Because if you don't preserve that area, and this is what Teddy Roosevelt did. Teddy Roosevelt, who was, he was, what was he, the 20th president, I believe, of the United States. I'm wrong, but he's probably close. Teddy Roosevelt saw that the natural wonders in the country needed to be preserved. So he started creating the system we now know as the National Park System to preserve those natural areas. And that's why you have the Grand Tetons. That's why you got Yellowstone. That's why you have all of these major parks, was because of Teddy Roosevelt, because he said, hey, look, we've got some great places here in America. We've got to preserve them. And now, years later, generations later, you actually can go out to Yellowstone, you can go out to the Grand Canyon, you can enjoy those things. In this case, Calico Basin, which sees in the Red Rock Canyon area about 3.5 million visitors a year, okay? You need to protect that. I mean, we need to protect it. And so I hate to see the federal government come in to do anything to stop, to curb people, but we've got to do something. So what we need to do is we need to love Las Vegas. We need to love, I know, it sounds like a show, right? So we need to love Las Vegas even more, folks, because if we don't, we will not have it. If you're going up to Calico Basin, pick up your trash. Do not break glasses. I've seen the parking lot out there, folks, when kids go out there and party and stuff like that. And I was a kid too, so I partied. But now I'm an adult, and now I'm telling you, don't mess up that area because you want to save it for your kids. Hey, this has been Sherman Ray, Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine, the show, whatever. We got to come up with a better name of this. We will see you again tomorrow. Once again, if you want to check us out, go to our website at www.lovinandlivininvegas.com. You can always email me at info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. If you'd like to be an advertiser, if you'd like to get a digital copy of the magazine when it comes out, folks, don't hesitate. Send me an email. We'll get that to you in your email inbox, and we'll invite you to the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival coming in January to coincide with the magazine launch. Love you, folks. This has been Sherman Ray. We will see you again tomorrow about 8:30 for Lovin and Livin in Vegas show. Okay? We'll see you later. Bye-bye.